Holy moly, she's got a massive clutch. Hey y'all, this is James with DeHart Reptile Design. We just had a clutch lay last night. It's my gravel girl paired to my highway pastel male. We're hoping for super gravel pastels. That would be great. But first, you can't just take the eggs and then put it in the incubator. You got to get your boxes ready. So what we have here is vermiculite. What I do is usually I'll just over prepare. Now I understand this is first time mommy, it's probably gonna fit in one, but just in case, I'm gonna make two. So I'll take my little vermiculite here, I'll pour it in. Right about there's good. You know, a lot of people have like certain scoops. They wanna make sure it's like 1:2 ratio or something like that. I'm very much an eyeballer. I'm like, that's about good. I probably got a little bit more on one than the other, but it's okay. Try to even them out. And what I'll do is I will go and fill these up with water. I like to, like I said, do these things on feel. Just kind of put in a little bit of water, mix it around. We got to make sure that we lock in enough moisture for these eggs to not desiccate while they are being laid. So what you look at, no water comes out, stays together, that's perfect. So that's one done. Next one to go. We've got the egg boxes ready, and perfect amount of water. If you have too much water, your eggs are gonna be they're gonna end up drowning. They're gonna get like moldy. They're gonna start to just die in their egg. It's too much moisture, the egg's gonna just drown. If there's not enough moisture, it's gonna desiccate, which means it's gonna start falling in on itself. It's gonna be too dry. You saw me in there, I clinched it, there's no water running out, but you can always add more later if you notice that your eggs are desiccating. Sometimes these fans in these incubators, you're just kind of locking in what exactly your incubator does. I know my incubator, so if I have a fan on, I do know that the top run, typically the eggs at the very top are gonna get a little bit more desiccated faster than the eggs at the bottom run that don't get as much circulation. These actually keep the eggs away from the substrate. It's just, a lot of people can put it right on the substrate. I don't want to create any more mildew or mold on these eggs than absolutely possible. So I'll actually try to suspend them above the substrate. This girl has been feeding really, really well. We got her up to 1,500 grams. We bred her. She didn't gain any weight during breeding. And now she doesn't look great. This is what happens to all females. They look, not all females in general, just female snakes. They're gonna be very thin. They're gonna just look a little haggard, okay? She just got done laying a bunch of eggs. She's lost 1/3 her body weight. So it's also her first time being a mommy. So what we're hoping for out of this is at least 4 eggs. Sometimes 3 is okay. You know, I've had a mommy lay 1 good egg and a bunch of duds. It's good either way. This is just getting them going. This is my gravel female. Oh my gosh, she has way more eggs than what I thought. Ooh, doggy. Way more eggs than what I thought.
What's her name again?
Her name is Songbird Serenade.
Songbird Serenade.
Okay, watch out, baby. Thank you, babe. All right, so she is wrapped up. What you don't want to do is just take up the top, Lexi. What you want to do is you don't want to take up the snake from one side, because what she's going to do, she's going to wrap around those eggs and then she's going to roll those eggs. So what you want to do, she's going to try to bite me because she's going to really, she's going to try to bite me. This is a good sign, guys. She's just trying to protect her babies. So I put this in the way because if she bites this, it's not going to mess up her teeth. I am more worried about her teeth than I am about my hand. I would just go in there, but if she breaks the tooth in my hand, she could get a mouth infection, so I don't want that to happen. So I'm just trying to, you know, pull her off. If she strikes the paper towel, that's okay. I don't want her to rep and roll these eggs. Holy moly, she's got a massive clutch. First time mommy, good job.
That's more than 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7.
7 eggs, y'all. Okay, so as you notice, some of these eggs are stuck together and some just rolled away. She must have just laid these not more than 2 or 3 hours ago. So what I try to do is I try to get to these eggs before they are stuck together too long, because they'll cement themselves. And then whenever you're trying to pull those eggs apart, you'll actually tear the egg, and then we'll have some surgery to do. So what we'll first do is we'll take the easy ones out, and we'll candle these in just a minute. Lexi, you want to do one?
Yep.
Okay.
He has more. He has number 2.
I see. I'm very happy. I got 2 egg laying boxes. Could you imagine if I was just sitting here with all these eggs and I didn't have 2 boxes to put them in?
2 and 2 more. And
So
another 2.
I'm going to pull these apart very slowly. They are stuck together.
Daddy, if they could fit.
Yeah, so what we're doing is, I know that, you know, they're rolling around a lot, but I'll teach you guys a trick here in just a minute so that we make sure that we're putting the embryo on top, because that is so important. You want the embryo on top because you don't want it to drown in the egg. You know, sometimes like, oh man, I just had 3 of my eggs die and I don't know why.
3, a 4, a 5, a 6.
Okay, so I'm gonna put this tub back. What we do is we'll clean out this tub really well. We're gonna clean off mommy really well, and we'll put her back in there. All right, so what are we looking for? We are looking for veins, but also we are looking for a embryo. That embryo typically is at the end of the vein. So if you notice, this side of the egg does not have a whole lot of veins. Okay, that's okay, but then you start getting more veiny and more veins, and then the embryo is going to be at the center of all those veins. So actually when I put this egg in there, it was right. This embryo is right there. So all the veins come together all at one spot. You know, they're all going to come together at one spot, and that's where the embryo is. And the embryo is basically going to look like a little bubble with a eye inside. Now, sometimes you can see it, sometimes you can.
And snakes, they both lay eggs, but bad eggs are much harder than snake eggs. But bad eggs are still, they could break easily, like chicken eggs.
Yep, that's right. Okay, so this side, no veins, right? So again, I'm gonna turn this thing. I see more veins. I see more veins. All right, I'm getting better. Okay, let's see if I can find that embryo for you guys. You know what? I'm gonna get a different light candle, because you can see the veins. They all come together at one spot. What we're looking for is the embryo. See, when I move this thing around, oh look, there's a little eyeball. It's right there. Right there. You see that thing moving around just a little bit? All the veins go to that one spot. That's the embryo, so we're gonna put that on top. With this side of the egg, hardly any veins. You turn it around, you got veins. And then you keep on going, and sometimes you can see that embryo real easy. Sometimes, oh, right there, that's the embryo. Right there, you see that little eyeball right in the middle? That's the embryo. So sometimes just tilting the egg up and down kind of does the trick. You can see like half the egg doesn't have any veins. Have no fear, look at all those veins. Then look at that embryo. You can see that embryo now, can't you? See that? Now you can see the embryo. When we first did this one time, I was on a plane. My wife was pulling eggs off our one of our normal females, which she had a massive clutch of like 8 eggs. And my wife, having never pulled eggs ever by herself, decided she was gonna, I asked her to pull the eggs because I was on the airplane, and she's like, she laid a clutch. I'm like, well, guess what you gotta do. So she pulled the clutch, was doing this all at once. She was looking online how to find the embryo because I had never taught her. And she was figuring out how to do all this by herself the first time, and she did a great job. My hat is off to her, but she said that she pulled out the bin and all the eggs just started rolling. She's like, ah! So that was, I'm sure that was for her first time pretty hectic. But you know, she overcame, she figured it out, and now sometimes I can't find the embryo, but my wife can. She's like, oh, there it is. I'm like, oh, you're right. Oh, see right there, that little bubble right there with the eye inside. There it is. Perfect. But that's what we're looking for. We're looking for that little eyeball right there.
Yeah,
there it is right there. You see that? Now you've seen it, you'll never be able to unsee it. Okay, watch. Lexi, why do we use these sticks around the eggs?
because we can't let them wiggle around.
That's right. We don't want the embryo to roll to the bottom side of the egg. So that's why we put those sticks there, so that, you know, we just want to make sure these things don't roll around while they're in the incubator. What's this? This is James with DeHart Reptile Design. We're signing off. Thank you for tuning in. Like and subscribe, please.